In 2011, Partners in Care, hosted by East Dorset District Council, had the opportunity to take part in an exciting project called Dignity in Care, working with other organisations from across Europe. The aim of the project is to improve the quality of life for those who are cared for, but with a particular emphasis on improving dignity in care. As part of the project, 2 facilities in Belgium and the Netherlands were used, known as sTimul, and these have been set up to look and feel like a care home. In June this year, a group of owners, managers and staff from across the care sector in Dorset had the opportunity to go to sTimul and find out for themselves what being cared for is really like, as they were looked after by a group of students from the host country. The aim was to provide a real experience for those people who normally provide care, to find out what it's like to be looked after and to find out the meaning of real dignity in care.
Feeling a bit nervous about tomorrow. Nice group of people, all with different care needs. I'm feeling quite vulnerable.
When I wake up tomorrow, I'm going to be paralysed on both sides, unable to swallow and unable to communicate verbally, doubly incontinent and totally reliant on my carers. Well, here we are. It's the first morning, starting to hear voices and movement around, but nobody's come to me yet.
I thought we were getting up at 8 o'clock, but no one seems to have turned up yet.
And it was very, very strange, waking up and being in character.
Yeah, it's funny having someone come and, tell you that you've got to go and use the bathroom and clean your teeth.
And that just makes you feel very vulnerable and undignified that you haven't got your own bathroom space.
First whole day as a resident, wow, I can tell you now I'm not carrying on being a resident. That is really hard. Felt quite lonely and depressed.
I've ended up with pretty hideous hairstyle for the day because I can get myself understood.
A very weird feeling in a wheelchair. Got no control. I mean, there was a time where they forgot to put the brake on my wheelchair and ended up in the hedge.
I think I know what some people are going through now. To think I've just been left in a chair, wanted to go to the toilet, but no one really understood me.
I understood completely at that point how vulnerable people must be in a care setting and how they genuinely try to get out of the doors and panic about the doors being locked.
However wonderful the care is, it is really, really disempowering, and you just feel unable to be yourself.
I'm a very, very lucky person that I can walk away from the end of this, and I do just really need to take some of this back with me and see how we can make it a better service for the people that we support.
And I think that anybody working in care should really do that experience. It is for anybody, from managers, chief executives, owners, care staff.
Oh, the experiences that I'm going to take away are more than worth what I've been through, and the memories I'm going to have and what I'm going to take back to work. I'm really so excited to go back to Friday now and say that this is what I've done and this is how I'm feeling. This is why our residents feel like this.
I have a newfound awareness, I think. Basically, the little things are important.
Just hope that we can change things for the better by being on this and letting other people know what it feels like, because it's a wonderful experience and I wouldn't miss it for the world.
I'm quite excited now about putting these things that I've learned into practice. You've got one change team leader.
When I took on this sTimul experience, I took on the role of a lady that had dementia. I have now started to take it outside of my organisation. We had an inspection from the Care Quality Commission, who were most impressed about my experience and with Partners in Care organising it, and that Bournemouth University actually sent a nutrition tutor and 2 students. She just could not believe that and was well impressed.
We take a placement between the 2nd and the 3rd year of 20 days. We experienced people who I'd never encountered there was gluten-free, there was an individual who wanted pureed food. Things like that were an experience to work with and try and overcome.
I've had the opportunity of going into some of the care homes who have participated in the Dignity in Care training, and I have been able to go and interview residents, talk to them about their meal experiences, observe meal times. They are starting to think about things like the menus and how they might be conveyed to the residents, and also a lot more thought is being given to people who have got specific health issues and thinking about food choice for those people.
The overall experience to Belgium was absolutely fantastic, and I would love to see this happen in the UK. I've been in care for 12 years now, and I wish I had this experience a long time ago.
The sTimul experience has had a great impact on me personally. The way now I feel I can empathise a lot more with the people that I support.
The experience was life-changing for me, coming from a learning disability background.
I've been nursing for 20 years, and I thought that I knew it all and that I'd reflected on just about every aspect of care possible. But I obviously hadn't.
It's really taught me how it feels as an elderly person to be in care, and I'd never appreciated those feelings before.
I found it quite difficult to transfer the learning to other members of my team because it's such an individual experience and hard to explain. But I think a lot of them have noticed a change in me.
And it's just made me realise that I need to be proactive and going to make sure that the residents have got everything they need before I leave the room, ensuring that they know that they've only got to ring a bell and we'll be back to help them.
I was very surprised how lonely I felt playing my character, and I especially felt this in the afternoons around about 4 o'clock. So what we've done as a result of the trip is we've redesigned our activities, and we're now having entertainments in the evening up until about 7 o'clock.
Now we are really looking at matching people's personalities. From our point of view, interviewing is the crucial stage of actually getting it right.
What we really want to achieve is that with a fellow home that's fairly close, when we have an empty room, we can take somebody who is in the process of induction and send them over and do exactly the same as we experience. So they stay there, preferably for 24 hours, they adopt a role and they find out firsthand exactly what it is like.
Actually having to play the role of a person with dementia or some disability for longer than an hour will give them more insight in what that actual person is feeling and how they actually cope with the pressure of caring.
Supervision is a very big tool for us at the moment, but we've just changed our paperwork to include some of the stuff that we've learnt from the experience that we've been on.
I've had meetings with my directors and I did a presentation, and they were so impressed by how I'd been affected by the experience that they are now taking the initiative forwards within the company.
More insight for the staff because they are under pressure and need more support. Looking at more the food and what we serve, how we serve it and why we serve it, and to be more receptive to the person that you're caring for.
One of the most important parts of the Dignity in Care project is to learn as much as we can and to use that learning to help improve the quality of life for those who are cared for. You can see how the people who took part from Dorset have used that learning in their own care environment to not only improve the quality of life for the people they look after, but also to help improve the effectiveness of their care businesses. As one of the participants said, which really captures what sTimul is all about, I have learned that through patient, polite, happy and sympathetic caring that people can get the dignity in care that they deserve.